Hey, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, y'all? Hello, hello, welcome. Come on, come on. Have a seat, have a seat. Okay. It's your girl, Killer K, aka K11 the Villain 8. To me, how you feeling? Also known as your Celestial Empress or Emperor or Empress, whatever you prefer. Yes, we're getting started with the Cosmic Court session, y'all. It is looking pretty beautiful in this motherfucker. I forgot to get some water, but we just gonna like get started with the reading. Um, okay, so if you're new to this channel though, don't forget to hit the subscribe button with the post notification bell so you don't miss when you get Cisco live. I feel like these lives are more educational. It's not really like entertainment, it's more educational. So if you're looking to like learn and grow and have a place to spark new ideas, definitely subscribe to the channel and definitely hit the post notification bell. Thank you for those that are returning back. I appreciate you and I love you and I'm sending good energy to you as well. All right, so also, if you guys want to book a private, the information is below in the description box. My website, kaylovereadings.com. Okay, so I feel like I have to start off with just the energy that's kind of like, it's like a baby waiting to be born kind of situation, or this is something that you're creating. Um, there's a process that I'm picking up on that it's important to realize and go over and fine tune this time around, because what we're happening right now with this cosmic court session is definitely going to bring this up. But what's happening right now is that we have a configuration of planets in certain placements. Uh, Really, what we are seeing is Pisces and Aquarian placements. And so, as we can reflect that there was a big Saturn and Jupiter conjunction in 2020, at the end of 2020. And there just was another Saturn and Jupiter conjunction earlier this year. So we're really seeing some of the things that are being bridged into this trimensional energy, our energies from 2020. And then what that lets me know is that it could either go into 2024 because it looks like it's a 2-year process, or things are being re-brought up to the surface for the next 2 years, if that makes sense. 2020 to 2022, and then 2022 into 2024 is where we're going to start to see a lot of these changes. But what we're looking at as far as these changes is understanding that like for the feminines and even people who are masculine presenting and identifying, you still have feminine energy. You're still a complete and whole being. You're not just a pure masculine being. What's up, Shorty Doo-Wop? Hey, baby. You may have like a really strong masculine placements as a masculine being, but you still have feminine energy. All right. That's how you're able to be a functioning whole being. Okay. So, with that being said, we're looking at the womb space and what that looks like for us at this point, and how important the womb space is when it comes to manifesting. It shows us the process of manifestation, it shows us how something comes to be, the cause and effects, the processes in between, right? The cause and effect that get you the result that you want. This teaches us about manifestation, this process of having a womb and planting a seed in the womb, right? So that womb space also exists around you, because this womb space is not just a place that we physically only reflect in our physical bodies. It is also a spiritual thing as well. All right. So spiritually, you reflect a womb space. And I've broken it down into two of the ones I've instinctually have felt, and that is the internal mother and then the external mother. But the external mother is the eternal mother. And it's not as external as a physical representation, it's more so energy, being able to externalize energy through the eternal mother. All right, so we're going to look into who's the internal mother, who's the eternal mother, and then the process of manifestation, because this is I channeled this on Venus Day, by the way, but this is really important when it comes to understanding what your specific process is, how you generate and process information and energy. um, and then we're going to look at like the connection between the two. So a lot of times what I notice for some and others is that they have an internal mother. So have you ever heard of like being the mom of the group, right? Like some people are like, oh, you're so and so's the mom of the group, right? What's up with this guy? But yeah, so you're the mother of the group, or you have an internal mother that exists within you that knows how to innately take care of your needs. You know how to just innately get what you need, right? Or you know what resources to innately go to. Or you know how to nurture yourself. You know how to soothe yourself. You know how to take time to yourself to do these things. That's the internal mother. Okay, so you regulate your internal womb. That is your portal for creation, right? Your internal womb. Now, what is the eternal mother? The eternal mother is the energetic one that governs over your womb space. And when we talk about space, when people be like, I need space, I just imagine like constellations in my brain. Like, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go orbit. I'm gonna go orbit over there. Like, you feel me? Or you go orbit over there. Like, I feel like it's just like orbiting stars around each other. So we don't have to worry about like basically with this eternal mother and the eternal womb. If you find yourself in that space, you are like the baby to an energetic mother that is externally bringing to you what you need to complete the missions, the lessons, the things that you are asking for, the things that you are learning through. And when we look at this energy is totally in tandem with all the different placements we have going on. There was just a Cancer moons in Cancer yesterday. And so we saw that energy of that mothering vibe, right? Like being your needs being taken care of, feeling good, feeling appreciated, feeling honored, what have you, right? Sometimes we have to understand that that eternal mother is going to bring about certain things, certain places, certain situations in order for you to get needs met that you may not be recognizing. You may not be looking at these needs like I need these needs met, right? You may be, for some of us, we could be ignoring these needs. So the eternal mother takes care of you, even if you're not in tune with your internal mother. And then sometimes there's the internal, eternal mother. So there's the mother within the mother. So there's a mother within the womb that is already innately taking care of themselves, being a mother, and they're birthing something at the same time that this eternal womb is birthing experiences and things and people and places that you need to be around, need to encounter for further movement. So then we look at the manifestation process, y'all. And because this was like the first thing that I channeled right off bat. This was the first thing that I channeled. And I was like, damn, fuck, she on fire. She on point with it. Like, I was just like, damn, this is it. This is truth. So first we have the manifestation process, the thought. So the brainstorming, the collecting ideas and data. What happens when you're wanting to manifest something? What happens when you're wanting to manifest a change in your environment, right? You have to collect the information about what your current environment is versus where you're putting your passion, determination, and willpower to exude the reality that you want to see. Like you're not satisfied with just the environment. You're like, I want to exude some new energy. So I'm going to create energy within me to externally. That's the Empress energy. The Empress, what's up, Aisha? The Empress be like, hey, I'm hungry. I want an apple. So she just manifests exactly what she needs to satisfy her reality whenever, right? So that talks about brainstorming thoughts, collecting and organizing thoughts. That way you know, okay, what are the group of thoughts that I want to change about my reality? Because whatever I'm thinking about my reality is what is going to consistently persist and perpetuate my reality. So let me go ahead and go back and sort through the files and be like, hey, what am I trying to get rid of versus where am I going? What new files am I getting? What new information am I programming my brain with, right? And my internal system, my emotional data, right? What information am I feeding myself essentially? So once you get to that brainstorming process, right? Then you have the process of selection, which is visualization. Selection is saying, okay, this is what I want to incorporate in my reality. This is what I want my reality to look like. And that's what I'm focused on, right? You got to have an intention, of course. You got to definitely have an intention when it comes to that as well. A good intention to get that thing going off the ground. Then you have the process of application, and this is the actions required, doing the work. Okay, this is the visualization I have. I see myself doing this. So, what do I need to do to reach that level where I know I'm headed? This is where you allow, right? This is the internal mother allowing and giving space for the eternal mother to respond with, again, people, places, situations, experiences, interactions that you're birthing through internally manifesting what it is that you want to see in your external reality. Then, right, because that's how we're going to bring this visualization into fruition. Then we have the process of preparation. So this is the process of uh, moving with faith, despite what things look like. All right. So you have this preparation. You're getting things ready, right? You're getting everything situated. You're getting everything prepared. Even if your external environment looks otherwise, you know that you have some energy being created. So you're calling forth that energy by even giving it a space to be, right? And then the birthing process begins, and you become a physical channel for energy that you're receiving. All right. And energy that you're receiving from other realms, higher versions of yourself. All right. That's the process of manifesting. You are just literally becoming the vessel for this to come through. The actions, right? Because you're aligning the internal mother with the eternal mother. And then you're aligning your thoughts and your visualizations with your actions. So that way you are nothing but a channel for this information to come through. You've done the work that's required to be that portal, to birth that experience. And then the aftercare, and that's a very important part. The aftercare is securing and accepting the manifested reality, because sometimes we ask for things and we even bring that shit right through, but then we don't accept that that's our new reality. So then we decide to revert to something that feels more secure or something that we've accepted more in the past. So again, a part of that manifestation process that we're looking at during this time, which is very important because we are being asked to manifest specific things. Specific individuals are being asked to manifest specific things. That's just what it is. So we got to look at these processes and fine tune and comb through to see where we've been, like where we need to work on, or where we have been doing good at. But that aftercare is definitely an important step when it comes to maintaining your reality. Faith, that's the hard part. Sometimes when I'm doing the work and I don't see change, I get anxious. What's up, Davita? What's up? It's good to catch you on the live, love. Yes, Shorty do I feel you on that. Getting anxious, that's part of the process too, because you have to trust fully, like you have to trust beyond doubt. And that be the part that's like, damn, I gotta trust this even if my mind tells me there, like I have to trust this beyond my own perceived knowing of what's about to happen. I have to trust this beyond my own, where as far as my intuition can go about this. I have to, and that's sometimes where you get tested. So just know that that's a test right there. But if you know you're gonna pass the test, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. Just understand that in those moments when you feel that anxiousness and you feel hints of doubt, that's a test to see if you're going to trust in the power that exceeds beyond you. Like, you gotta just know it. You gotta just know. All right. But yeah. And then so this is how you're gonna know too. Because you'll have communication with this internal and eternal mother. It's up to you to figure out like where you reside on that spectrum, and even if you are an internal eternal mother. But like how this works is that you have a telepathic connection between your internal and eternal mother. And that assists with being in total union of higher and inner self. So it's sometimes people think like you have to be in touch with all parts of yourself. You have to be in touch with your higher self, your lower self, so you know what that motherfucker is doing, and your inner self, so you know like the space that you're creating within yourself, like, right? Like you have to know all aspects of the self. There's so many aspects of the self, like first person, second person, third person, right? Like being able to narrate your own story while you're living it, while you're telling it, while you're feeling it, while you're observing it from a different perspective, while you're seeing it. You know what I mean? Like you don't understand how many perspectives of yourself and life that you live there are. There's like hella different camera angles. Like, you get me? And sometimes we just look at one camera angle thinking that that's all that there is. There's people looking at you, watching you. You are watching you, you are living it, like you're being it, you're observing it, you're governing it, like you're thinking it. Like there's so many parts of you that are working in totality to be able to co-create with this reality. And so this is just the process of being able to communicate with your higher inner self and understand when I say that this space, the stars, the other life forms exist within you, your womb space, all that other, the constellations, the black holes, the white holes, the dwarf stars, the super mega nova stars, all that is existing within you. okay? And it is being reflected within your reality too. You know, even when you orbit with other stars, you got other stars orbiting your star, you got constellations coming over to have a sleepover. Like, you get me? Just understand that when you walking around, you govern a space. You have rulership over a space, and not just a space as like air or distance, but I mean like space, like the nighttime sky that exists within you in your womb space. All right. And like I said, that's likened to outer space. You have constellations, you have microcosms and macrocosms, and things that can be birthed. You have microcosms ready to be birthed into macrocosms, and physically created on our external reality. Uh, I'm also hearing too that some of you guys know how to call forth certain ancestors from your centers and your spaces and your suns and the stars that exist within you. That's a deeper analogy and a deeper like means of going into this conversation. But you have different lineages within you. You have different star systems and star councils. That's part of what this is. The cosmic court is a council of constellations, like celestial bodies, beings, galaxies, like things that get what I'm saying? Like sectors. You get me? Like you have different all of that within you. So this is part of that, like coming into council so that you can be understanding of what's reflecting within you, what court is being held within you. That's why we do this. So some of you guys are calling forth ancient ancestors within to be vibrationally aligned externally. So you're calling forth ancestors through you that are going to be birthed through the eternal mother as an interaction that you have with someone else or a chance encounter or a meeting. Yeah. So this is just you being able to receive the gems of information that you need to receive in the format that you're receiving it. So again, if you're an eternal mother, you understand that this is being called forth within you. And so you understand to who to be on, like, you know, who to be open to and who not to be open to. Because not everybody that comes in your path is meant to like walk with you completely on that journey. But then there are people that do walk with you on that journey. So being able to recognize that soul recognition. Now, so, okay, we got through that energy, but we got some other energies here too with this cosmic court because they're telling me that we're definitely going to be going into an upgrade. Okay, so we are evolving. So there's more upgrades that are happening to the collective consciousness. And this also involves your super consciousness. All right, so the ability to see where you are, who you are, know the aspects of what you're doing, what you've done. All right, these super conscious energies, these bridging those trimensional energies. So being able to collect upgrades from, okay, so this was the crazy challenge that I got because we're able to collect these motherfucking upgrades from places and situations that haven't happened for a while. Like, I got some energy for y'all on that one. I think I'm gonna go into that one and I'm gonna go into the pure energy resonance. But this was interesting to see this. Let's think about this, y'all. So I just want y'all to understand how deep these upgrades are going and how deep they've been coming. And even though it seems like we're saying the same thing, oh, we're getting upgrades about this, we're getting upgrades about that. Like when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, we have evolved consciously very, very far. So here are the upgrades that we have been getting and will be kind of reconfiguring. So I was on the phone with my best friend Ellington. Shout outs to Ellie, and we were basically talking about how there's a consciousness that we have had and that we have demonstrated throughout time and history. So we looked at just going back into the history of Sirius B, and Sirius B has already supernovaed. It's already like the life of that star has already been lived, and now what we see of it is still living, but it hasn't like it used to be like the sun, right? The sun that we see, the central sun, and it still is. That's why I still call it the central sun because it is the sun. It's still living, but usually they say after a star supernovas, the star like ends up. My bad, y'all. The color was doing some weird shit. the star ends up dying. So Sirius B is obviously still alive, but before it supernovaed, we trace this shit back, like intellectually, intuitively. We interstellared some shit. But before it supernovaed, Sirius B casted a shadow on Earth. So it actually shined so bright and was so potent and so radiant, like brighter than the sun that we see, that it casted a shadow on Earth. And these would have been the times where the dinosaurs, right? We talk about the dinosaurs and that major extinction. How ironic, right? That was a time where consciously we were like transcending and evolving consciousnesses. So when we look at the history of our consciousness and how far we've come from a point of being reptilian survival mode brain, where like you get me, like you are surviving. It isn't about like being courteous to your neighbor or having a compassionate co-creative humanity type environment. No, this is everybody for self. Like it's dinosaurs out here, it's flying pterodactyls, it's dragons, it's all kind of shit going on. It's shit going on, Loch Ness monsters under the fucking ocean and shit. It's all kind of shit going on. So when you understand that, you understand that these things that they tell us, they try to warp our mind and call shit fairy tales. These are not fairy tales. These are history. This is history. This is how we've evolved, where we've evolved from, right? And where we're still evolving from. So in that time, when Sirius B was in its fullness, it hadn't supernovaed yet. It was like the sun in our sky, except it shined way brighter. It casted a shadow on Earth. And that shadow on Earth was the consciousness of survival mode. So that was the reptilian mindset that we had. That was every man for themselves. But also, that invisible energy illuminated and upgraded the reptile mind from survival mode, okay? Because that's what was here on Earth at that time. This is a part of our history. So when those upgrades occurred, right, that is when the asteroids came in. No wonder why the asteroids came in at that time before Sirius B had supernova. Okay, boom, that makes sense. So then what was happening? You get me? Then what happens? So these asteroids come to Earth, and similar to that of this is also how we start to understand more of the inner mechanisms of inner Earth as well. Because when those craters are coming towards Earth, it's symbolizing that there are new experiences, new things that are going to hit this form of consciousness. And the reason why it's going to tremble and make it very dramatic is because this form of consciousness was not allowing growth. Okay, it was not allowing growth. It was going to get comfortable and complacent in surviving. When we are here to grow and to thrive and to perpetuate new cycles of existence, that is what the star seeds are here for. If you are a star seed, you know what I'm saying? Give me a thumbs up if you're a star seed in the building. But tell me how you feeling. Hey. So this is what was happening. And for some of those beings that got hit with those upgrades, they instantly transcended and transmuted. They were instantly extinct. They were instantly gone. You see what I'm saying, Sky? They was instantly gone. They were done. That was it. That undone. But for those that did not feel the impact as deep, they got to get into these crevices and these tunnels and inner pathways, right? To go deeper, right? With their activation. So they had, activations on a physical, spiritual, mental level, but they went deeper with theirs. They went deeper inside. And for some of you guys, you have deeper information inside that has channeled and traveled inside of you and is now ready to come to the surface and is now ready to penetrate now the surface instead of digging so deep. Some of you guys have went to the core of yourself with this information. You have ancient wisdoms and gems of information that the world needs at this moment, that the entire consciousness needs. So this is not a matter of you're going to hit a point where you go inside so much that you realize that everything that's happening outside of you is connected to what's happening inside of you, and that we are all connected. We are all interwoven into each other's lives for a reason. We are all creating a story. We are all making a flow. If you were to look at this shit from bird's eye view, the way that you've connected to other people, how other people have connected to those people, it makes a network. Okay, so you have a conscious web of network that you are influencing, whether you know it or not, by how you live, by how you internally perceive your external reality. So this is why I'm breaking down all this. You get me? But now it's time to penetrate these. So what that looks like on a physical reality is that you're going to start to be connected to things of your ancestors and things that are ancient and things that are deep wisdom within you, because what you're doing now is changing from the inside out. So what you're doing is you are allowing the combination of thoughts, the sequence of energy, the power, the passion that you feel, the will, the ambition, to create a pathway for an alteration in your genetic memory, in your genetic storyline, right? So you are now the catalyst in your generation of your genetic storyline. You are now the sequence of cells and the sequence of experiences, the sequence of interactions and exchanges, inter and external exchanges, intra exchanges, right? You are now the catalyst for change. You're the train station for change. If you want to hop on the train, the change train, go that way. You feel me? Or go that way. Like, you are directing and leading this energy, because you have that ability to arrange the structure that it needs to have in order for this to flow through. Okay, you are the mutation to your genetic pool. But that's such a beautiful thing, because now you can change the cycles that we're perpetuating over and over and over and over again, right? So that's what's being activated. Um, so yeah, these things are waiting to come to the surface. I'm also hearing too now, this gonna sound kind of interesting for some of you guys. If you know, you know, gang gang. If you know, you know, because I'm definitely alien gang all day, like celestial being gang all day. Like, I communicate with my lineage, the planet Jupiter. I communicate with Jupes, big Jupe energy all the way, like big Venus energy all the way, like, so yeah, big Mars energy all the way too. But anyways, so you guys know that your lineages, you understand like where you come from based off of these things. You understand how to utilize these tools to assist you in receiving the upgrades that are already waiting to be. And that's another thing. People be talking about, I always used to say this shit. People be like, yeah, I'm getting the download. I'm getting a download. It's like, baby, you got hella things you need to upload, because that's the energy, right? These energies that went deep within these mindsets and these constructions of thinking and consciousness that went deeper within self to try to hide, but was still activated the whole time because it had still experienced that impact. It just hadn't experienced it directly, but it experienced the impact, right? Um, like, now these beings within you, these things, these mindsets are ready to come to the surface and be called to the surface. And so for some of you guys, what this looks like, if you gang gang, you know that there's inner earth beings. You know that there are beings that live under the earth, like inside of the earth. If you don't know, like, congratulations, like, thank you for joining the live. Like, you know now, like, big whoop-de-doo, right? And so it's important to pay attention, because if you know, you know, they come into the surface, they like, what's up with it? They're ready to activate the part of us that is going to try to perpetually live in a society that is not, is dying. It's like the Roman Empire is falling and y'all motherfuckers still trying to be up in that motherfucking tower while that motherfucker is towering. Like, so yeah, we have to get through these upgrades. But that's what's happening. A lot of things are coming to the surface. So you're gonna start to meet or see potential beings. If you don't understand that or recognize that, like, because they're called changelings. So what I've learned from living on the mountain, y'all know I lived in Mount Shasta for a minute. Y'all saw me out there, gang, gang, getting it. But what I learned is that there's changelings. Like, there are beings that are going to look humanoid, but they're not human. You're going to start to see a lot of that. You're also going to start to see a lot of what they wanted me to say as well with that Mars energy and this Aquarius energy is that there's going to be like new technological advancements for weaponry and war. But there's also going to be new technological conscious advancements, because we are the technology as well. Your body is a meat machine. Basically, it is a flesh machine. It is no different than a computer, but it's in the flesh. And you have an external, like internal but external a version of yourself. You have a version of yourself that is living in the experience and the one that is watching you live in the experience. So you have multiple layers of your consciousness and your being. That's going to be reflected back to you. Again, there's going to be beings that look like humans that are not, that know that they're not. Okay, so be aware. Like, there's going to be technological advances, but there's also going to be advances within your consciousness as well. So a lot of you guys are anchoring these activations within your genetic storyline. You're like, we stopping this shit right here. We are the sequence of information that is being unburied right now from within us. Let me say that one more time for y'all that didn't hear me now. Some of y'all didn't hear me. We, us, hello, we. Y'all here with me? We here. We are the sequence and the secrets of information that is being unburied right now from within us. So us, the star seeds, the crystalline children, the rainbows, the indigos, the violet rays, the blue rays, the gold rays. Okay, my babies. We are here. We are here. I'm going to say that one more time. We are the sequence of information that is being unburied right now within us. So we're digging through ourselves. We're digging through our streams of consciousness. We're digging through these thought patterns and these automated voice systems that we leave ourselves when certain situations happen. We are unburying that shit. In the process of unburying it, you hit the jackpot. You get me? You hit that code. You get that right sequence. You unravel that sequence. Now that motherfucker is activating, and as it gets closer to the surface, penetrating the surface, it activates even motherfucking more. So to be the change in the genetic storyline that everyone has been wishing and waiting for. So we have been praying for us. We have been praying for the change in our family patterns. We have been praying for alcoholic mothers and fathers. We have been praying for drug addicted parents. We have been praying for those that let their mind get to them. We have been praying for those that have been neglected. We have been praying for those that are stuck in their own mental prison, including ourselves. And so when we bury and unbury this energy, we figure out that we're the sequence. We are the pathway that's going to create this change within us. We've just been buried deep within ourselves. That's what the fuck we figure out. Damn, what a fucking upgrade. It's like, put that in your pipe and smoke that shit. Like, you feel me? That's the shit that's going to get you high naturally. What's up, Miss Tootie? Hey, Miss Tootie. That's what's going to get you high naturally. So now we're going to get, so these are the upgrades that are coming. Now I can kind of step into the symptoms and what we should be expecting from these upgrades. So this is us evolving into life facts, period. Yes. Like, these are the hacks to actual life. Like, we're hacking the matrix right now. Like, because we understand that we made this matrix. Like, the fuck? This is just one of those realities that we created out of our... Okay, also, like I said, the astral planes are upgrading as well. So things are going to be different on the astral planes. I'm also getting here too, like, you're going to start to see how you encounter people in the dream world. So let's say, for example, you're having a dream about somebody. If they're awake in the conscious, in the matrix world, they're going to be asleep in your dream world, if that makes sense. So like, if you try to like have a conscious connection with them, and like, if they're up in the physical world, they're going to be asleep to you in your dream world, and vice versa. So that's interesting, but they'll still be able to give you information. Like, they'll still be able to interact with you. I'm also getting, some of them are going to have the ability to be like, okay, so y'all always be talking about like airy, fairy ass people. So shout outs to the Libras, the Geminis, the Aquariuses. They be trying to call us airheads. But look, though, we be in hella different dimensions mentally. So for some of you guys, you may have a heavy air influence. But I am picking up that you are able to be consciously aware of what's happening in other realities. Like, you're able to ground a specific reality and still be existing in the physical matrix reality. So you could be like a dream, like a dream jumper, or like a dream teleporter, a realm bridger, a realm jumper, a dream realm jumper. I don't know. I'm just hearing dream, realm, and jumper. So instead of like a dream, you're a dream walker, but you have one foot in the behind the veil, and you have one foot in the actual real life world. So you can walk between both worlds. You want some shaman energy? I feel some shamans up in here, man. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all gotta tap in. Y'all some shamans up in here. But yeah, so we're getting into evolving into the pure energy resonance. So there are upgrades coming towards us. Like I told you, we explained those ancient upgrades that have happened. So now the upgrades that are happening specifically because Pluto is in return for the US. There's a Pluto return in Capricorn, which definitely is bringing back up all the. So just don't be surprised if you see news of things being unburied from the earth, discoveries being made in the seas or in the earth, or just things being rediscovered, graves being found, artifacts being found. What's up, Killer? She said, "What's up, Killer K? What's up, Shaniqua? I'm over here channeling, girl." But yeah, that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up on. Like, things are being unburied. New information is coming to the surface. Inner earth beings are going to be coming to the surface. I mean, that's just what it is. Things that you thought had died or they have come, they're like almost being reborn. You're almost going to see more of these things that you thought. This could include dreams, visualizations, things that you wanted to do at one point in time you thought were done or dead. They're not. They're coming back into fruition. They're coming back to cycle into your life. Things that are good for you. Some of you guys are resolving issues with the dead is what I'm hearing. So if you have people that passed on that you were not able to have like a resolution with, you're getting that as well. What's up, Julie? What's up? What's up? What's up? So yeah, you're purging, you're cleansing old emotional behaviors and patterns that are outdated. Okay. So we're able to register energy enhancements and energetic distractions, similar to how your gut works. So this is what I'm seeing for this process of people. A lot of us are having this process. This is the physical process and the energetic explanation behind what I just said with all the stuff that's coming back up to the surface. This is in addition to what's happening here. So imagine, so how we know that our gut works is that in our small intestines, and I believe it's also in our large intestines, we have these little fingers. I forget what they're called, but we have like these little fingers on the lining of our intestines that comb through the physical matter that we eat, and it separates the waste into the nutrients. So you will receive nutrients. These fingers come out the nutrients. They're like, let me eat all the nutrients, and then all the other shit can just float on down the road. Get on down, get on down. He's on down, down the road. Okay. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Okay. Shout outs to MJ and Diana Ross on that one. They was hitting that shit. The Wiz, y'all. Some of y'all are gonna watch that movie. But anyways, that's how it works. But when you start to eat crappy food, after a while, it starts to block those fingers. Like the crappy food is getting stuck in the fingers' movement to receive the nutrients. So now it's just getting clogged up, and you have like nutrients and waste just being wasted, I guess, in your small intestines and in your large intestines, I'm assuming. So you're not able to receive the nutrients. And so this is what we've been kind of, in a sense, doing on a conscious level energetically, is that we've been hoarding these energies that are almost like eating crappy food. So we're not able to fully receive the positive and good nutrient and nutritious energies that are going to enhance our spirit. So on an energetic level, what's happening with this pure energy resonance that we're evolving into is that we're cleaning out these outdated emotional patterns that have been repeating so we can shift the frequency of resonance. We can shift into higher octaves, but also that we can upgrade into higher levels of pure energy resonance. So where you just immediately either resonate with energy or don't. I just saw a blink down. So you guys are starting to get a lot of upgrades. Again, there's going to be more orbs. Some of you guys are going to feel your third eye physically, like you're just going to feel your third eye is open. You're going to see different energies or feel different energies. You're going to know instantly who it is, what it resonates with. So that way you don't have to be like dealing with like the complexity of 4D energy. We're essentially purging out 4D energy because 4D energy, it allows for balance in a way that allows us to walk a fence. And so we're not walking a fence anymore. Now we are purely resonating with the energy that we purely exist as. And there is no confusion. When you're walking that fence, that's that confusion. So that confusion is being diminished. That gap is closing out. And we're coming into our higher energies. So the symptoms that you may feel are going to include like headaches. Some of you guys may feel this, frequent bowel movements, because that is like, so you guys may actually physically have more activity going on in your intestinal energy, as the analogy described. But that's a good thing. You're cleansing that energy. Some of you guys may have small tummy aches, back pain, upper, middle, and lower back pain, because we're cleansing. We hold a lot of our energy in our back. Right? Like, oh, you're carrying the world on your back. Yeah, I'm carrying all this energy externally on my back. So you guys are gonna feel like back pain, possibly. Your sleeping is gonna be unsynced for some of you guys as well, because these upgrades may need to be. I'm also seeing for some of you guys, you're going to be like, if you do go out in nature and you're around the sun and it's warm, you're chilling on the grass, it's like you may go to sleep right then and there. That's going to give you a lot of the upgrades. What they don't let us know is that it's better to sunbathe. That's how we get upgrades, when we're able to relax in that state of mind that we have when we go to sleep. If we do that in the sun, it's way more potent. But they don't ever, and I'm hearing specifically in the rising, like right when the sun rises. So, okay, they're telling me too that some of you guys are going to realize that you don't need to sleep that much, because if you get a nap, like, or if you get some level of like concentration or meditation going at the rising of the day, right when the sun rises, if you're able to get that direct sunlight and have that energy of like going to sleep, you're going to realize that you're more empowered, you're more awake, you're more alert, because these are downloads that you're getting through the sun, direct information that's going directly into your subconscious mind. So for some of you guys, you may realize, oh, I want to go on a picnic or go to the park. You may fall asleep. Some of you guys may fall asleep in your car, or just like randomly knock out like early in the morning or something. And, or you are just awake or aware, meditating, whatever at that time. And you get those downloads, like, you get that direct energy. Yep, that rising. People don't know about that rising. They just be knowing about saying grand rising. It's like, have you had a grand rising? Like, you saying it, but have you had a grand rising today? Because energy should be popping on your grand rising. All right, but yeah, that's basically what I'm picking up on. And then so a little bit of unsynced sleeping patterns. It'll get back into flow, but we are going to be everywhere with our sleep, so just be aware of that. Losing time or feeling timeless. So similar to like, if you guys have ever done mushroom medicine, you be losing the fuck out of time. It'd be like it just be events happening. Time is no longer, we're not like based in the sequence of time. It's like events are just happening. Like, that's it. You forget about time. Some of you guys could be actually losing time. So like, not in the sense of losing it, but like, you look at the clock 1 minute and it says 5:27. You look at the next minute and it says like 6:38. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? Some of you guys also may be experiencing like frequent burping. I got a candle going, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all my candle. It's cute. I was gonna put it right here. Ooh, look at that glow. Okay, little baby in the building. Hey, tell me how you feeling. We got a little candle glow up in the building. Tell me how you're feeling. I love it. Okay, anyways. This feels good. You also may be getting hiccups too. That's gonna be another ascension symptom. You're getting hiccups. I haven't had hiccups in a minute, so I'm like, I only get hiccups. Like, and I noticed that hiccups are triggered by something. So for certain people, I don't know, like their hiccups are triggered by, I don't know, like if they're breathing hella hard, then they get hiccups. For me, I get hiccups when I laugh. When I laugh hella much, I get like stupid hiccups, like hiccups out the ass. And then also for some of you guys, one of the other symptoms could be like, it's going to feel like heart palpitations. Keep in mind with these symptoms, definitely ask your spirit guides, ask your medical professionals what's going on. And if you get the clear and you're still having that, then I would say this applies, but don't just apply it to yourself directly unless you know for a fact or you could feel it. I'm not giving like medical nothing. I'm not saying that this is going to be okay for you if you experience this. I'm just saying, like, if you do, this could be a part of these ascension symptoms that we're going to be experiencing. And they're telling me it could be until June or July, y'all. Then we get another activation during the Lionsgate portal. So we're going to be getting activated. But I love that Lionsgate portal activation. Boy, that shit had your ass gone. whatever you want to accomplish during the Lionsgate, all you gotta do is put that request into the Universal Cafe. Like, hey, I want me a double cheeseburger with a motherfucking on the side. And they like, all right, we accepting your order. We got you. That Lionsgate get the energy going. All right, y'all. So now we're getting into the big parts of this Cosmic Council meeting. I forgot to say that the meeting was in session. Court is now in session. I feel like this is the court part because this deals with like your other interactions. But whew, child, we're having a Kundalini activation when it comes to these universal soul partnerships. We are going through a major activation. So they let me know that so you have your sovereign masculine, you have your sovereign feminine. Certain certain pairings and partners are going to be going through this activation where like one person's going through like a heart, throat, and a third eye activation, and the other one is going through the lower chakras. It's like one of the masculine may be going through like the lower activations, the feminine may be going through the upper activations, but you guys are definitely going to have an energy of going through both. Both of you guys are going to have one chakra or two that you're both activating with that keeps you all grounded. So, child, it's just a lot. But the word that they told me that this is going to go in is there's a solar plexus, throat, third eye, sacral, crown, heart frequency activation happening, which is a Kundalini activation because it works on all chakras. So this is also going to bring out a lot of your gifts. This is kind of what I was talking about in the last channeling when I said practice your gifts, like practice what you're good at and radiate that and put that out into the atmosphere and the space because like your gifts are needed at this time. Like we need the motherfuckers that know how to move shit with their mind. We need the niggas that know how to throw energy surges at motherfuckers. We need the niggas with the storm energy and the firepower and the water and the rain and shit. Like we need y'all out here in the field. What y'all doing? Like y'all just having a lunch break or something? Like what's going on? We need y'all out here in the field. Like you don't see what's going on in the field. Like that type energy. We on that type time, y'all. But we're having a lot of these activations in our chakras to be able to assist. Like it's just nonstop activation for us. It's activation after activation this year. But it's so good because it prepares us for more that's coming that we do need as well. So what I'm getting with these universal soul partnerships, these God body the pairing that create the God body is that we're gathering the resources within ourselves to better prepare for this upgrade in our unions as well. So this is just, when I say this is just the start of it, this is just us gathering the information that we need to prepare for the unions the upgrades in our unions as well. And this starts with the union of self. All right. So what you will see through that, your partner to this expression of the God body is reflecting how you treat yourself on an energetic level. So what you're going to see externally from a partnership, a universal soul connection, something that is bringing you together, that the universe you are connected to in regards to this Kundalini activation, is that what it's going to activate is you seeing that however this person, or however this external situation, this figure, whatever this could be, this archetype that is being represented in your life, it is showing you how you treat you. So when you understand, like, you trying to be mad at the motherfucker for doing this or doing that, but you don't realize on a subtle, energetic body level that you do this to yourself, and these are part of the belief systems that we're removing because we don't need these no more. We don't need to continue, one, to treat ourselves that way, but two, to keep perpetuating and keep demonstrating what we already know. We know this already. So this is also how some of these deeply rooted conscious levels are coming back up to penetrate the surface, is that way. That way. This candle is just giving right now. I'm loving what the candle's giving. It is giving the feminine and masculine energy. It's 2 wicks in here. 2 wicks. Get the 2 wick candles, they better. But candles don't be lasting me none. I just bought this candle yesterday and it's already like halfway gone. I love candles, how they smell, the vibe it brings. I'm gonna be a candle lady, y'all. I'm gonna be a candle lady. All right, so we're gonna see what's going on. So So this God, my bad, y'all. I be getting like into my own little vibe. So I start talking about candles and shit. Um, so this expression of the God body is really reflecting to you how you treat yourself. So if you're complaining about how somebody's been treating you, if you're complaining about not getting enough attention, if you're complaining about maybe not feeling being reciprocated, we're gonna also, before we get into this energy here, I had a prompting before this, and this is just, again, these videos at this point are educational. This is not, no, like, that's why I kind of stopped doing the tarot, because it's like, we're not doing that whole dramatic ass storyline. That's the part of the genetic storyline that we're changing. Like, we got to get into this work. You get me? And it just depends on who does it, but there's a lot of energy out there that is going to keep you in these perpetual cycles. It's going to keep your mind programmed to that perpetual way of thinking. So you have to experience new things and allow new things to come in to break that shit. If you always wondering why you watching the same type of tarot reading, whatever, it's because that shit is being programmed in your brain. All right. So the first question that we're asking, and I'm gonna switch it up from how I originally wrote it. What does your masculine need? What does the masculine within you innately need in this moment? Some of you guys, I'm picking up that your masculine is too proud to even say what he needs. Like within you. So for example, the masculine within me, what does my masculine within me need at this moment? I can tell y'all based off me that my masculine needs a sense of feeling like having a place to be, like I belong in this space, or I fit in this place, or I've created this own environment where I thrive. So, in a sense, not needing to dominate, but needing to have something to claim for themselves, something that is not just tangible, but something that leaves resonance. Okay, that people resonate with, and it leaves a lasting effect, and it leaves positive energy emission. What does your feminine need at this moment? So let's go on that feminine side. Hey, fems. Hey, my femmies in the building. Hey, tell me how you feeling. Hey. What do you need? What does feminine need at this time? What does my feminine need at this time? What is she requesting, or what is she requiring out of her reality and her existence? And I say her, but obviously, if you're a masculine appearing and presenting and proclaiming person, you still have a feminine energy, just like the feminine still have a masculine energy. So the feminine is saying, what do I need right now? You guys ask yourself that. What does your feminine need from you right now? And I can tell you, my feminine needs reassurance and reciprocity. She like, look, ain't nothing in life for free, including me, baby. You gonna have to work for this. You gonna have to put in that work. Okay, like you say you want it, but is you working for it? Okay, you say you want it, but is you really working for it? That's the energy I'm picking up from the feminines. They're needing to cleanse the energy around them, even. For what I'm picking up on the feminines here. So really ask yourself what you need. Again, I'm picking up just in general. I'm not trying to insert a thought pattern in your brain or make you feel like this is what you need. You have to ask yourself, is this what I need? Or figure out what you need. But from the masculine energy, I'm picking up needing a place to call their own, something that is theirs, completely theirs, that they have a say over, that they, nobody can tell them about their shit. Can't nobody tell them or worry them or stress them about their shit. It's their shit. It's like, this my shit, bitch. You can't call the shots. You can't throw me overboard, bitch. I will never be thrown overboard. This shit. This is my shit. You feel me? I speak for mines. Mines is spoken for type shit. And on another level too, masculines need to be able to say that and to be vulnerable about that. Because then we get into that false masculinity where you're putting on a mask and you're covering up what is actually going on in your life. That true inner masculinity is going to say, this is what I got to reevaluate, because this is what maybe isn't working, or this is what I don't want to allow myself to be getting into again. Right? So do you see how the feminine and the masculine work on the same level almost? Because through purging and cleansing the masculine's emotions and analyzing that they're cleansing these behaviors and these patterns, that they are consciously doing it or that they have the need to do it, that embodies the feminine energy. of now saying, okay, well, what? I'm hearing the Lauryn Hill, that thing, that thing, that thing. Feminines, you have that thing. But how do you cleanse the energy and purge the energy of not being like reciprocated with that thing, right? So this is then understanding in that masculine capacity of the environment that you have created. What and who are you nurturing? Because you can nurture a stray cat, but now you just have a stray cat as a pet. You know what I'm saying? It's like honorable. We appreciate it. But is that conducive to your life? Are cats even allowed to like be in your apartment? Like, you get me? Or your house? Like, how does that work? Do you have the kitty litter? Do you have the kitty food? Like, so it's just like, okay, let me understand that I can nurture and it's okay to be nurturing. It's okay to give of myself, but I have to understand the process of myself to understand how to convey that to others in order for them to receive me and give to me equally. And if that is not, if I'm not getting that, if I'm not getting what I put out equally, that it is not up to me to try to give more of what I'm already not being appreciated. It's okay. Let's take a step back. Let's do some self-care. Let's continue to purge out those energies, because when you understand that, you attract your masculine energy. So whatever is innately within you is what you're attracting into your experience. Whatever is innately within you. So that is what we're on those levels. That's what we're experiencing. Some of you guys may be aware of this. Some of you guys may not be aware of this. But now we're gonna get into these part of this partnership update. Okay. Okay. I think I kind of already said that. I already kind of said what I said in the update. So basically, we have to go deeper inside of ourselves in order to really understand why there is a resistance or resilience in following the flow instead of going against it. So for some of us at this time, our masculine and our feminine energy, like, why aren't they able to work together? Is the question. They want the same things, right? They have the same things in mind. They have the same ethic to get these things accomplished. Whether it looks like they're like, it doesn't have to look the same. Some of you guys are failing to understand that you're wanting a part of you to match your energy in the way that you do things practically, when that part of your energy is meant to match in a more like behind the veil type of way, more invisible, more of the unseen realm. You want your unseen realm to operate as your seen realm, or you get frustrated when the unseen realm is doing the work that it does in the way that it does that work, and then you are doing the work in your way, but you're also wanting to figure out what's going on. It's like Spirit is just saying, look, get out your own way, clear your own path. We're going to do things how we do it. You're going to do things how you do it. That's for a very specific reason, right? So when you start trying to question one or the other too much, you start stalling in your path within your own two energies. The spirit way is going to do how the spirit way does it, and the physical is going to operate how the physical does. There is a very supreme intelligence within that flow and within that knowing. So when you can be resisting by questioning too much why something's happening the way it's happening. It's okay to analyze your reality and have critical thinking, but it's another thing to like haunt your reality with questions and doubts and thoughts, because there's a part of the unseen that you're doing in the scene, which is trusting. You cannot see trusting. Like, how do I know when I'm trusting something? I know when I'm trusting a person, but what about a situation? What about a plan? Like, that is something that, like, you can see signs of me not trusting something, but when you see me trusting, know that it is totally on a spiritual level. Like, trusting is a spiritual thing. So it's like you may see signs of trusting, but you're never going to see the exact moment something is trusted, or the exact moment that you feel in flow with trust. It's going to be demonstrated, but that actual process is happening on the inside. So you guys have to go deeper inside to get this energy to flow out. I'm also hearing some of you guys are going to have your ears popping. Okay, that could be a sign of confirmation. You have your ears popping or something like that, or you're hearing like pops in your ears. You could have candles that like crack a little bit. It's that saying is trying to get your attention when it does that. All right. So, for the sovereign femininity to truly hold space for her empire, she must allow herself to be protected in the knowing that her creativity, determination, ambition, along with her clear intuition, all right, that's important, are guiding her within the realm of supreme protection. So your protection is being guided because you are naturally being ambitious, creative, you're being determined, you're enacting your will, you're inserting yourself into life, right? And that is your protection right there. The boundaries and borders to your space and place that reside within you and for you. So these are the boundaries that are, there's going to be boundaries that reside in place for you to be able to properly operate the way that you want to operate in your sovereignty. This is what creates sovereignty. Like that sovereignty is just a word until you actually enact it, until you actually have borders and boundaries in place that keep you safe in the knowing of what you're creating. And then that creating is the guidance of the supreme protection. So you're listening to the guidance of your supreme protection to be supremely protected, to have what you need, to get the equal reciprocity, to be able to be in your feminine energy and understand like that makes you who that makes you, right? So that's what's happening on the feminine level, what they're learning. And in addition, you're also attracting and materializing the resources that are available and or being made available to you when it's ready, both you and what you're materializing. So you have to, that's again the internal eternal mother, knowing, okay, we have a connection to where I know that you're about to bring me something or something's about to come through in that eternal mother way, where I have situations, places, scenarios, happenings, chance encounters that help me evolve and grow. My internal mother can indicate and recognize that because I'm getting that telepathic communication. All right. So that's part of that, knowing when that comes up. And for the sovereign masculine energy, you are evaluating and reconstructing his physical reality. There are things that he has noticed around him that he no longer resonates within. He is being pushed or pushing himself to remove and extract his energy from this comfort zone that he has noticed himself in. So a place where he has felt comfortable. Um, the irony in the discomfort is the fact that this is a familiar foe. This discomfort is familiar. It's something that you're used to. You're used to people doing this, or you're used to energies doing that. All right. And so you may have become accustomed to it without even realizing. Like you prefer it now. It's kind of like when you grow up and you have to eat the what's it called? Eat your Wheaties. You gotta eat the Wheaties instead of the cornflakes. You always wanted the motherfucking cornflakes. You was like, I want the cornflakes, but I want the cornflakes, mama. I want the frosted flakes. Now, let's say you had to eat cornflakes, but you always wanted the frosted flakes. It's like you grew up on that. That was the energy that you grew up living in, residing in, right? And I feel like I'm getting deja vu. I've given this analogy before. But that's the energy, right? Like the masculine's always been used to eating the cornflakes and has always wanted the frosted flakes, but has now found himself content with the cornflakes because he was told make the best of what you got, yada 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 yada. And now he is preferring the cornflakes over the frosted flakes. And the frosted flakes are his actual internal deeply rooted desire. Okay, he's always wanted that, but now he's opposing it because now he's accepted whatever reality, whatever conditioning, whatever storyline, whatever traumatic identity that he's attached himself to. Now he prefers that over what he wanted prior to, right? So that's how you're allowing sometimes the trauma to become you and be integrated with your identity. And see, we have to really capture that before it gets off the deep end, because that's when you end up starting to be like everybody else. You're not being yourself anymore. Maybe everybody else really liked the motherfucking cornflakes. Maybe it wasn't even that they couldn't afford the cornflakes. I mean, the frosted flakes. Maybe it wasn't even that they couldn't afford that name brand frosted flakes cereal. Maybe they actually genuinely liked the off brand cornflakes. But you though, but maybe that's not your path. Maybe you didn't enjoy it. And that's why you crave the frosted flakes. Whatever the case may be, you're going to have to figure that out within yourself. But it's just like, okay, Am I going to deny myself of what I personally wanted? Or am I going to go with what everybody else was able to afford? Am I going to shoot for, oh, well, everybody else was only able to do this, so I can only do this, or everybody else only like this? No, there's a reason why you want the motherfucking frosted flakes over the motherfucking cornflakes. And if them motherfucking cornflake head assholes only like the cornflakes, that's on them. If they couldn't get the frosted flakes, if they didn't, that's not up to you to follow in line, right, with what other people are doing. If you have a unique path or unique desire, damn, yeah, it's gang gang up in here. It's gang gang up in here. It's gang gang up in here. Yo, I'm telling y'all gonna start to have like moments, like real ass fucking moments within yourself where you're gonna start to see what the fuck is actually happening. I'm hearing like fractals of light, like fractals of light. So some of y'all can see fractals of light. Fractalized light is what I'm hearing. Okay, shit. Damn. I was just channeling for y'all masculines. But yeah, y'all decide that y'all want the corn. I mean, y'all, some of y'all decide that y'all want the cornflakes. And some of you guys decide that, even though I've been accustomed to cornflakes and they even start to taste a little good with a little bit of sugar on it and some I really want the motherfucking cornflakes. I mean, I want the frosted flakes. Some of y'all are just staying stuck to a storyline. Maybe some of y'all do really just want the cornflakes. Some of y'all really are like, it's just, I've given up on wanting frosted flakes. You know, I've denied myself of it, or I found a reason or a way to make it not fit into what I like. I discovered that actually I really did like the cornflakes. Some of you guys are being real with yourself. And some of you guys are really, it's taking a level of you to take a leap of faith in going back to what you personally want before anybody told you what you could have or what you were capable of doing. It's like, what do I personally want? Despite what anybody else is going to try to tell me is good for me or isn't good for me. What do I want? Because whatever you want, I'm guarantee you it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. Okay. So yeah. I feel as though for the masculines, you had like a pick your poison type of situation that comes with settling to the environment that you're adapted to. So that's the analogy, that you settled with the cornflakes. Okay. And it became a pick your poison. You want this kind of poison, that kind of poison, because you settled for poison, right? Maybe you don't even need cornflakes or frosted flakes. Maybe you eating your granola cereal. Maybe you eating a granola bar or something. You feel me? Like maybe you eating a banana for breakfast. You ain't even fucking with cereal. You got an apple, right? So you understand that you were settling for a poison. And that's why you felt that your options were so limited in regards to what poison should I pick. Maybe you should not pick any one of these poisons because maybe you can go beyond the realm of poison. Maybe you don't have to adapt to a poison. What's up, Wada? Oh, hey, my baby. Wada's in here. Yay. We're like towards the end of this channeling, but I've just been channeling the whole time. I'm in the oatmeal gang myself. I love that. Yes. Okay, so that's kind of the energy that I've felt, is that we're upgrading from that survival mindset, from saying that we only deserve this or we can only get this because this is what we use to survive. We had this to survive, and now this has become our preference. Now we like it. Now we got a little bit of sugar, we got a little bit of honey on it, and it tastes kind of good. We've conditioned ourselves to accept the poison instead of being your individualized, true to yourself embodiment that naturally repels that shit, because the choices that you make honor yourself. They honor that truest version of you. Truly, right? So this is that, again, that reptilian mind, that survival mindset, that out for self or only doing this, had that huge awakening, right? That huge impact. Some parts of yourself got buried within. They're coming back out to still be further activated and upgraded. Um, so this is how these hidden gems will be unearthed to assist with the awakening process of this. So yeah, you're having a heart awakening. Yes. Love you, Wada. You're having a heart awakening at this time, masculines, feminines. That is how we're truly coming into our sovereignty, is that we're awakening to what our heart truly wants and who our heart truly is. like beyond the pain that you felt. That is not what your heart is. The trauma that your heart has felt is not what you have to identify yourself specifically as, or even the reality that you create for yourself, because maybe you disassociate who you are with the reality that you create for yourself, for some, or you know someone that does that. Okay. So the God body is expanding due to masculine energy becoming sovereign and knowing and recognizing his worth by energetic association. This way he can put forth authentic action free from limited beliefs, right? And the feminine is gaining more stabilized energy for calling in what she needs in order to begin inserting the manifested into the physical safely. So the things that she's manifested, how does she safely, physically insert this into her reality? And it's through the authentic action and free from restricted beliefs action that the masculine does. That's how this works within yourself. So you're coming into a synchronization within yourself. And then the third energy it creates is a combination of light sound frequency and the burning sheer will and determination that keeps the motivations high. They are illuminating the the core of existence by creating and willing this being of creation into being. So like you caring for this creation and willing it into being is what perpetuates its existence. It perpetuates the vision that you keep seeing of yourself. The fact that you're creating a third energy, you're creating a motivational force to the things that you want, to the things that you deserve, to the things that are appropriate and required of you in this moment. You create that force by believing it, by seeing it, by putting forth that action, by knowing how to safely bring it through, by having the internal communication between the internal and the eternal mother. Okay, so that's the whole channel, y'all. It's a lot of information. And we got to get it on different levels. We have to understand the God body, the feminine, the masculine, how they're becoming sovereign, what that looks like right now. That process is very deep. All right, what it looks like within yourself. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. But I appreciate y'all for coming and watching. Again, I really love that this is an educational space of reflection and creation and building. So thank you for coming here for yourself, first and foremost. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can definitely check the description box below. It has my website, kaylove1132.com, where you can access, I have a bunch of different services, light language sessions, which I've done, and they are so awesome. Being able to speak right to someone on a cellular DNA genetic, like speaking to their genetic storyline, like calling forth that genetic catalyst of like the anomalies of their genes to come together and cause a beneficial catalytic effect for their life. Like that is beautiful to be able to do. I also do the 6th transdimensional energy surgery. So being able to pull and bring to your attention things that are deep within you, pull things out of your energy, rearrange your energy in a way that on a surgical level with angelic assistance is able to help you feel better and resonate in higher degrees and levels. There's a lot that I offer besides just the readings, but if you want a reading too, you can definitely check that out. If you're new, definitely hit the subscribe button with the post notification bell so you don't miss when you get Cisco Live. It's your girl Killer K, aka K1108. Tell me how you feeling. Also known as your Celestial Empress or Empress or Emperor, whatever you prefer. I love you guys. Stay balanced. This is the energy that we have for this cosmic court. Like it's a lot. It gets so much deeper. It's so much expanded. And then I also want to just throw out there to the community, I'm gonna do a poll. But like, do y'all want me to do like channel messages for the zodiac signs? Because I was thinking about that and I'm like, okay, I don't have to do the tarot, but maybe I should just do channel messages for the zodiac signs. I definitely feel like I can tap into that energy. So I'm gonna do a poll and I'll ask you guys in the poll on the community tab if that is something that you would like me to do, channel messages for all the zodiacs. I would be more than happy to do that. Yeah, you guys, thank you so much for coming to my channeling. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the love, shares, comments, subscribes, bookings. I love you guys. Mwah. Thank you so much for being here. Love you and talk to you later. Bye.